you want him full screen?
Yes, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, however. Are we ready to go? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I will call this meeting to order. Our Mayor Lobo, will be joining us virtually. I will also ask for confirmation of your attendance today. So when I mention your name, can you please advise if you were here? I can see you, Mayor Lobo, so we'll leave that one off. Councillor Ainsworth,
Present.
Councillor Booth,
Present.
Councillor O'Neill.
Present.
Thank you. I'll call this
I'll
meeting.
just confirm, Deputy Mayor, I'll just confirm that I'm here so my voice, you can hear my voice.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'll call this meeting to order at 9:31. We'll start with the territorial land acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the Township of Alma-Calderman is located on the Mississauga and Anishinaabe territory and is the traditional territory of the Mississauga and Anishinaabe. The Township of Alma-Calderman respectfully acknowledges that the Mississauga Nation are the collective stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters in perpetuity, and that they continue to maintain this responsibility to ensure their health and integrity for generations to come. Moving on, I will ask for a motion to approve the agenda. And this morning we do have an amendment. Could I have a mover and seconder for that, please? Thank you, Councillor Booth. Thank you, Councillor Ainsworth. It is recommended that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Alma-Calderman enact as follows: that the notice of provisions be waived to include a report on the Grafton water drinking system monitoring well replacement project, and that the agenda for the regular council meeting held on July 14th, 2026 be approved as amended. All in favor? Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 4, disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Do we have any declarations to come forward to council at this time? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 5, approval of the minutes. I have a mover and a seconder to get the meeting minutes of June 9th and the council planning and regular council meeting of June 23rd. On the floor. Thank you. I have a mover and seconder. Thank you, Councillor Booth. Thank you, Councillor O'Neill. Does anyone have anything they would like to bring forward for these minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you. And any business arising from the minutes? We have one, and that will be item number 6 on the agenda. And it is a motion for the township town crier in support. And it was submitted by Councillor Mike Ainsworth. Whereas town criers serve as ceremonial ambassadors of the municipality, promoting civic pride, community spirit, and local heritage through public appearances, special events, and regional, national, and international competitions. And whereas the Township of Alma-Calderman's town crier, Liam Craig, is attending the Crying World Championship in Chester, England on September 21st to September 27th, 2026. And whereas Mr. Craig will have the following expenses for the competition: $2,000 for flights, $60 for guild fees, $50 for liability insurance, and $150 for annual dry cleaning and repairs. And whereas to continue support the recognition of the township Town Crier program demonstrates council's commitment to preserving local traditions and fostering a strong sense of community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the council financially support the town crier in the amount of $2,226. So before we pass that, could I have a mover and a seconder to get it on the floor? Thank you, Councillor Ainsworth. Thank you, Councillor Neal. Open the floor up now for discussion. Councillor Ainsworth, would you like to go first?
Yes, the Deputy Mayor. So talking to Liam about his volunteerism for the township and his Johnny on the spot every time we ask him to come to parades and events and stuff to be our town crier. He does it very willingly, and he does it without any kind of a salary. So this is about recognizing someone who has volunteered hundreds of hours representing the Alma Parliament Township without asking for a salary. Liam is the face of our township at countless events throughout the year. He now being given the opportunity to represent not only himself, but the entire township on the world stage. For approximately $2,300. We are supporting a dedicated volunteer who has given us years of service and who continues to promote our community with pride and believe that with worthwhile investment in our municipality and our volunteers. So Liam is great. He's been at a couple other competitions and he's ranked in the top 5. And I don't know if anybody has seen his application video, but it was quite funny. And it certainly stood out. I think that's why he probably got a good nod of become something different. So I hope that we can support Liam. And this is a one-time deal, and it's not something that we're opening the floodgates on anything. We all have the opportunity to make decisions on anything else come through. So I think if we can support Liam, that would be a great idea.
Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead, Councillor Booth.
Through your worship, just a quick question. I support this wholly. Just wondering what budget line this is going to come out of. Will this come out of the donations and commitments, or where are we going to take this money from?
It's a good question.
My thought would be it comes out of the donations and commitments. This is something that if it is going to happen next year again or whatever, that hopefully it can be budgeted for. But if not, if it's a one-time thing, if it's in Councillor Ainsworth, then it probably should come out of the council's commitments and donations, right? Then that way, if we're over on that account, then we can put an asterisk beside it just to say this is the reason why.
Thank you, Councillor Booth. Just looking for direction, Madam Clerk, moving forward to see where we could get this money.
We do have our treasurer online if you'd like.
Oh,
to
great.
Direct the question to him.
Paul, would you be able to answer Councillor Booth's question?
He's just,
You just
camera.
chiming in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. Would you be able to offer any information here? We don't have a volume on you.
Anything there?
There you are, you're live.
Perfect. So this would be obviously an unbudgeted expense. So most likely this would come out of a council miscellaneous expense account, and then we could use reserves to offset the cost.
Do you have anything further to add, Paul? Do you have anything further to add?
No,
Thank you. Does anyone else want to offer their comments?
Just that,
Go ahead, Councillor O'Neill.
thank you. Just to reiterate that in fact, we are fortunate to have a town crier, and Liam Craig as our town crier does an excellent job representing us, and I'm sure he'll do an excellent job representing us at the international competition.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Mayor Lobo, did you have your hand up? I can see that. Would you like to go ahead?
Yes, I would like to comment. I agree with everyone that has spoken so far about Liam's contribution to the township. I think he does a great job. I also have to comment and say that from my investigation, I found very few of the town criers going across Ontario do receive anything for their doing that volunteer work. And I want to caution council on my thought is that, volunteers are normally not paid. And this is an unusual thing, but the taxpayer has to pay for whatever we're spending. And if we're going to be taking volunteers and sending them different places, I think that should be considered and be cautionary. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Lobo. And my thoughts are in favor of this as well, so I won't prolong the conversation. The only thing I would add, I'm wondering, rather than touch the reserves, if it might be more prudent to take it out of council's budget. Now, that's just me saying that off the top of my head. And I will leave that to your expertise, Paul, to see where you take that.
just taking a look at through the chair, just taking a look at the council budget right now. The only line where I can see it coming from would be miscellaneous expenses. So we have budgeted $500 there. So we would, I don't know if anything's been spent to date, but we could take it out of that miscellaneous expense line. And the rest would have to come from reserves. I'm not seeing another line where we could really take it from.
Oh, is there
It could come from the rental fee and donations line as well, actually. I'm not sure where we stand on that right now. I'd have to go take a look, but we do have over 10,000 budgeted on that line. So that might be the best line to take it from right now.
Would another option be council conferences?
It's not really. I guess it's not really related to a counselor. So that line is really based on the council remuneration bylaw, where you have the 15,000 for all the counselors. Since he's not a counselor, I wouldn't necessarily want to draw it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your expertise and for finding a way to put this through. Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Councillor Ainsworth.
Do we need a motion to clarify the amount?
Well, the amount that we have in the motion is $2,260.
That works.
All in favor? Thank you. So let's move on to item number 9.1, and it has to do with the Leach Road Development Agreement Dorback, Oakman, and Dorback. Do we have a motion could I have a motion to put this on the floor? Thank you, Councillor O'Neill. Thank you, Mayor Lobo, for seconding that. Any comments from council? Or would we like to hear from staff first? Stefan, do you have anything to add to this conversation we're having with the Leach Road agreement?
Through you, Mayor. No, nothing too substantial to add to this report. We have received the necessary documents and the deposits, and we're in a position to execute the agreement.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Councillor O'Neill. Go ahead.
Through you, Mayor Lowe, or Deputy Mayor Stover.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyway, I know that, this situation won't be arising in the formation of new lots, but there are existing lots and a number of them, and the process can be cumbersome and difficult for people to get through. Is there a package or something moving forward that will be available to make it run quickly and smoothly in the future?
For you, Deputy Mayor. So I have worked with the planner to create somewhat of a criteria to have residents understand the scope when they engage these projects. Unfortunately, by their nature, they are somewhat cumbersome to go through, and like as with design reviews and the submissions. We do try to do my best to detail what's required when residents submit them. But like I say, it is somewhat of a lengthy process, and it does take time to follow the necessary steps and procedures.
Thank you. Follow up?
Yes, and I wonder, and this is outside of your scope, but if there's anything that can be done so that when people purchase the property, they realize that they are indeed going to need to go through a lengthy and detailed process if they choose to do it. And I know that's beyond ours, but how do we get that message out there that if you purchase it and there's not a road there, this is on you, and it has to be done to be a real road?
For you, Deputy Mayor.
Go ahead.
I don't want to speak on behalf of our planner, but my understanding is some residents will reach out and see what the zoning is. At the end of the day, my understanding is it is a responsibility of the purchaser to understand what the property has access to, or if it's going to need to be an upgraded road. I have received emails from potential purchasers, and we've explained what would need to be done to upgrade the road to them, and have tried to emphasize what the requirements are, the length of time, and the process.
Thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
other? Thank you. And I'll just add my 2 cents worth. This has to do with the due diligence of the property owner or the potential property owner at the start. And some items and purchase agreements are more complex than others. So thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you. So now we'll move on to item number 9.2. The drinking water system, and this has to do with a monitoring well replacement. Could I have a mover and a seconder to get this on the floor? Thank you, Councillor Booth. Thank you, Councillor O'Neill. Do we have, oh, Stefan, you're still there. Would you like to add any information before we turn this over to council for discussion?
Through you, Deputy Mayor. No, nothing further to add beyond what's just in the report. Just happy to do my best to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Booth, did you have anything to start with?
No questions.
Anyone want to add anything? Okay, moving forward, I will,
Deputy Mayor?
oh, I'm sorry, Mayor Local, I see your hand and I missed it. Go ahead.
Thank you. That's gonna happen, many times, so don't worry about that at all.
Well, I'm gonna be on
Lower
the
hands.
lookout for it.
Thank you. My question would be to Stefan. I know we have several monitoring wells. Have we ever had an issue, to your knowledge, that with any of the monitoring wells before?
To my knowledge, this would be the first. I don't know if Bruce is on this call, but he might be able to provide a bit of a detailed history there. Bruce, if he is here.
Yeah, no, he's not here, but I can step into that. To our knowledge, this has not happened before. It has come to council with a bit of urgency to it, as we are required with respect to the ministry to have monitoring wells, and so we need to get this replaced right away.
Thank you. And I guess my point was that there could be other wells that have failed along this line, because I believe there are at least 3 or 4 other wells that we do monitoring work with. So if you could confirm that number, maybe that would be appreciated. As to how many numbers we have.
My understanding is would there be 3? There'd be the deep, the shallow, and the intermediate. Each perform and sample water from different depths. But yeah, that's to my knowledge, there's the 3.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Logal. Oh, go ahead, Councillor Neal.
Just looking at the financial piece of this, I'm wondering, since this monitoring is for the drinking well system exclusively, why this isn't being funded through the water budget?
Go ahead, Stefan.
I would more or less, I think, defer to Paul for this one. I work with the treasurer on this to find the funding source, and I believe this is where we had available funds. Just given the urgency of the matter, we will have these funds available to draw on and perform the next necessary replacement.
Thank you. I see Paul. Oh, go ahead, Councillor Ainsworth.
Through you, Deputy Mayor, I guess my question would be, do we know what's in the soil that made that pipe rot through?
Can we just hold your question for a minute? We'll finish off with Paul and then we'll move to you, Councillor Ainsworth. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, through the chair. So this again would be an unbudgeted expense, a capital item that we weren't anticipating. So the reason for the funding source is because we do have some extra money left over from our OSIF allocation in 2025, spending of which is somewhat time sensitive. We have to spend it within 3 years, and I think that this project fits well because for OSIF funding, the projects for which we can spend it on are quite restrictive. So you have to spend it on sort of core infrastructure. So anything water, sewer, roads, these types of things. So because of the urgency, and the fact that it's unbudgeted, we want to find a funding source where funds were available and we don't need to dip into tax levy supported reserves.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Now, maybe Councillor Ainsworth, you'd like to say your question again. I'm not sure, Steve, if you would answer that or Stefan. So I'll ask you to answer your question again.
Yeah, thank you, Deputy Mayor. So the question was, do we know what was in the soil that made that pipe rot? I'm not sure if it was plastic or whether it was steel.
Thank you, Dave.
Stefan, I can answer Councillor Ainsworth. So what you're dealing with is aging infrastructure. We've been to council a few times about the age of the infrastructure for the water system, and this is just part of it. So they are constantly monitored, as well as they are used for monitoring the water and the water tables. It's just aging infrastructure. It's an old well. So it rotted through and it needs to be.
Okay, thank you.
Through you, Deputy Mayor, just to answer Councillor Ainsworth, it's a steel casing.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor Booth.
Through you, Your Worship, Deputy Mayor. Just getting back to Councillor O'Neill's question, which is actually is a good question, is that this Grafton drinking water system, that I believe the money should be coming out of their budget. Because this well has to do with the Grafton the Grafton water users. And to take it out of a general budget, which means all the taxpayers are responsible for it, I don't think, I'm questioning that right now. Like, we had this question before with some expenses in the past to make sure that, for example, when we were doing things at community centers and it had to do with it had to do with water, we made sure that it wasn't charged to them. But this one, I believe, should be charged to the Grafton drinking water system if it has to deal with them. So I think us taking it out of the OCIF allocation, I don't think that's appropriate. I could be wrong, but.
Okay, all right, thank you, Councillor Booth. Paul, do you have anything to add to that, those comments from Councillor Booth?
So I guess through the chair, we could take it from the water reserve if we want to. But like I said, for this, the OCIF funding, one of the approved uses of this fund is for water infrastructure. And we weren't necessarily anticipating to have this funding left over. So that's kind of why we've dipped into that and left the water reserve sort of intact in case there is sort of a balancing that has to be done at year end.
Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead, Councillor Booth.
To you again, Your Worship. I guess my other concern would be, as the mayor said, is that if there are more of these monitoring wells that go, and this is due to aging infrastructure, then appropriately it should be charged to the Grafton drinking water system. It's part of their system. So I understand, Paul, what you're saying, because we have money in the OCIF, but in the future, if these go again, this is an expense for the infrastructure, and we have a fund there for the Grafton drinking water system that this should be coming out of. Just my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Booth. Paul, did I hear you say that this infrastructure fund that we have is only for 3 years?
We have to spend it within 3 years. So the OCIF funding we get annually. So we receive an annual allocation from the provincial government. But the money that we do receive from them, if there's anything unspent in the year in which we receive it, we've got 3 years to spend the excess.
And if I may, how much money do we have in that fund?
I believe so. We received in 2025 about 950,000, and most of that was used on roads rehab and those types of projects. But we did have, I think, around 260,000 or so was left over from that project, and then we're receiving another just over $1 million in 2026 in OCIF funding.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Councillor O'Neill.
I'm following up on your comments, Deputy Mayor, that in fact, we should be looking at this OCIF funding and how we're going to allocate it. We know that we've got a number of critical issues. In particular, I keep coming back to our culverts and bridges, but our culvert, we know there's critical ones. So
okay, so we're going to stick with, that's a good comment. Thank you for that. We're going to stick to what is in front of us here.
I do have a comment on that following through.
Okay.
Is I have the water budget open in front of me here, and I noticed that probably in a line that we should have some money, we've got zero. got distracted there and lost which line it was, but there was a line on it. Building and grounds, water building and grounds, which is reading 0 for this year, but that moving forward probably should not read 0. And are there any concerns that there could be issues with this well in the other 2 portions of it?
Go ahead, Paul.
If is the question regarding whether there's going to be issues about future portions of the
Yes,
well?
that was my question. First was an observation about our previous budget and moving forward budgeting. So that was an observation, but my question is to Public Works on, are there any potential future concerns here?
Through you, Deputy Mayor, I can't comment on the current condition of the other 2 wells. I don't know their age. Assuming they're around the same age, it's a possibility.
Okay, thank you. I will call for a vote here. Or have I read the motion?
You can read it again. 'cause
Oh, okay, all right. It's recommended that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Alma Alderman enacts as follows. That council receives report PW 2026-10 of the Grafton Drinking Water System Monitoring Well Replacement for information, and that council approve up to $75,000 for the project to be drawn from the township's remaining 2025 Ontario Community Infrastructure Fund allocation, and that the mayor and the clerk be authorized to execute an agreement with the approved contractor for the Grafton Drinking Water System Monitoring Well MWD Replacement Project as determined by staff and within the approved budgeted amount, and that a report be brought forward to the next council meeting, providing an update on the vendor selection. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. So we are now moving on to agenda item 12.1, council remuneration. Kevin, mover and a seconder to get this on the floor. Thank you, Councillor Ainsworth. Thank you, Councillor, Mayor Logal. All right, we have it on the floor. Now, does anyone want to have any comments? Paul, do you have any comments before we start the discussion?
No, just we'll try to answer any questions that that might come up.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Ainsworth, do you have any questions?
No, at this time.
Thank you. Mayor Logal?
Thank you. As far as the mileage goes, taking us up from, I believe it's 58 cents to 72 or 73. I don't have it right in front of me now. We have been behind payment for some time now on that. And if we want to be the same as other municipalities, including the county, then I think that our council, as well as all of our employees that are using vehicles for their personal vehicles for public use, or should be receive that equal pay. And as far as the meal allowance goes, I think going from $62 to $69 is fine.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor Booth.
Through your worship, Deputy Mayor. I guess there's a couple of issues I have with this. The first one being that I see that we're changing some of the terms now in this bylaw to say that, for example, mileage now has to be approved in advance by the mayor, which I don't believe should be in there. And the second one is prior now to anybody attending any conferences or that, you must obtain approval from the mayor. And that's going away from what we've historically been doing, which is it comes to council and council agrees that, you know, I can go on a conference or that. I think that puts too much power to the mayor, just saying that, no, you can't attend, or no, your mileage is not approved. So I don't like that, those in there. I think it should be the way it was. The second comment I have is the increases that we're looking at. The mayor's increase is approximately, if my math is correct, 40% increase.
Counselor Booth, I'm just gonna back you up. What we're talking about right now is our mileage and meal allowance. What you're talking about, I believe, is in the next
No, it's-
agenda item.
It's part of the remuneration, talks about it, and it talks about the rules and everything.
Is it not 13.1?
No, that's the bylaw.
That's the
Oh,
bylaw.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
my apologies, I broke it up into two.
So the mayor's increase would be approximately $40,000, or 40%, sorry. The deputy mayor's increase would be 18%, and a councillor's increase would be 8%. I think this going to the public, looking that we're going to increase our salaries by anywhere from 8% to 40%, the public is not going to be happy with this. I believe, my thought is this should come to the next council in December, if they want to look at increasing their salary or the mileage. I agree with the mayor. That's something that is a standard. I have no issue with the mileage being raised, but the salaries being raised and the part about the mayor being given the power to deny people to take certain courses, I believe is wrong. And I believe it should come to the new council in December and let them decide if they want to have a raise or whatever, because I think that's a good question that the constituents can ask anybody running for election, is how they feel about this. That's my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mayor Lobo.
Oh, I didn't have my hand raised.
You got your hand up.
Okay, well, I will comment then. First of all, in discussion with, or debating with Councillor Booth, that is a big increase for the mayor. 40%, I don't think I had it quite that high, but it was like 35% or something like that. I believe what staff have done, and please correct me if I'm wrong, they've taken a survey of all of the mayor positions that are comparable, and they're seeing that ours is low. And it has historically been low. And that was acceptable to the previous councils to keep the mayor's salary that much lower. As far as pushing it on to the next council, I believe most councils, and I'm coming this from the county as well, is that they try and get it done in the 4th year of the mandate, so that they're not affecting the what's coming ahead. Because when new councils come on, they try and keep it as low as possible, and you're always staying way behind. You're behind then. So I think that's why they try and get it done in the 4th year of the term.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor Neal.
Thank you. First, I note in the bylaw that this is up for review in the 3rd year of the next term, and I think that's a wise time. I think this is late because we've got the people have already submitted to run, and that puts people in an awkward position. But I do have some questions, and to yours, it does reference that a market comparison was done. I think it would have been wise if that market comparison had been provided to us as council and to the public in terms of transparency, so that we could see. And that was done for our senior management. So I think it would be wise if we also did that for council. So I would like to see the report come back with that information to us. But other information or questions that I have are, how is remuneration for attendance at committee meetings being handled in other municipalities? Because we are removing that from ours, but I believe it is common practice that there is some remuneration in other municipalities. And then, what are the norms around the attending of conferences? And I know there's a wide variety of these things. We've got it set at 3,000. And most of us are using it, which I think is a good thing because I think it broadens our perspective, but is that the right number? And how should we determine it? But I know Good Roads in particular, by the time you have your travel, your accommodations and the registration fee, you hit that 3,000 mark. So I'm not sure it is the correct amount. So anyway, I'm left with a number of questions about this, and I would like to see more information coming to me before I'm ready to make a decision.
Thank you, Councillor Neal. Go ahead, Councillor Booth.
Through you, your worship, that's a good point that you bring up, Councillor O'Neill. We just did a study for senior staff salaries and we used a comparative. I would like to defer this. I'd like to see this report come back and let's use the same municipalities that we used for senior staff. And I know Crammy and I think Hamilton was in there to see exactly what the numbers are and how low we are, or if we're middle of the road or whatever. But I think for the report, just to say that we're going to do it because it shows that, show us the exact same thing we did for senior staff, right? Where we stand in there. And I still disagree with the part about the mayor having, I mean, right now for you, if this goes through, for you to claim any mileage, you have to get prior permission from the mayor. And I'd like to see our other municipalities doing stuff like that, and the same as the memberships. So I'd like to make a motion at this time that this report be deferred and come back to us with the appropriate information, which would include the same municipalities that we used, that we compared the senior staff to.
Thank you, Councillor Booth. Before we do that deferral, I've had. Oh, he's made a motion. All right. I just wanted to verify a little bit better from maybe a little bit more information. Go ahead.
I'm just going to second that so we can
Oh, then
continue
we
the
can continue.
discussion.
Okay, thank you.
I
did-
discussing the deferral.
Okay, we're just
discussing content.
discussing the referral. This is how we get in the weeds pretty quick. All right. Do you want to go ahead then and explain a little bit more, Councillor Booth?
I'm not 100% disagreeing with some of the things in here. I am with the increase, but I don't agree with the mayor having the power. I just think for us to make an informed decision, we need all the information in front of us. And Councillor O'Neill brought up a good point, is that we just did this study with senior staff. I think we used the exact same townships or municipalities that we compared their salaries to compare ours to. And if it comes back that, you know, we are extremely low or whatever, then people will have to vote at that time to decide. And we'll have to answer to our constituents then. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you have anything further to add?
Just on the
Councillor
deferral, no, that I feel I need the market comparisons that were used for this report.
Go ahead, Councillor Ainsworth.
Through you, Deputy Mayor, just a clarification here on the bylaw. I want to make sure that
Well, we are just talking
Yeah.
about the amendments.
it is, but I also wanted to make sure that is the total money like the one package? We're putting all our committees and and all your positions all in one piece. So that actually a 40% increase like Councillor Booth is saying, or is it actually already kind of that because we're not, the previous one didn't have like, we're paying for all the committees. So this to me looks like it's like one lump sum. Am I correct or wrong?
I believe there would be no more stipend paid. There would be no, if there was a special meeting, there would be no, we would not be reimbursed for special meetings. We would not be reimbursed for committee meetings. It's just a cleaner way of doing it. And I think if you look at your stipend now and you look at your special meetings that we attended throughout the year, you're going to be pretty close to the same ballpark. The only increase that there would be for, mileage and, conferences. That would be your only increase. And so I seek that confirmation, and for me, it was, pretty close.
So if you just
Thank
back-
you.
Just back to the deferral, yes or no?
Okay, so are we going to ask for a deferral? Can we vote on the deferral? I'll take you first, Counselor Booth, you had your
Just a
hand.
comment on what you just said. You're not 100% correct. I'm sorry. I'll use the mayor. If the mayor was making approximately $23,000 and he had $2,000 worth of extra expenses,
You're into
that's
it.
25,000.
Yeah, we're in the weeds, so
Well,
I-
I'm just commenting on the comment that you made. So it's not what Councillor Ainsworth's asking. It's not, it's still more. What we're doing is going to a basic package, and the 33,181 is still a huge increase from even if you add what the mayor made with his thing.
okay, so are we in a position where we would like to defer this motion?
Haven't moved in second.
Are you calling the
Okay,
vote?
I call a vote. And the deferral, what is the motion again that you're deferring? You want, what is it you would like?
It was to defer this motion and staff come back to us with a report comparing us to the exact same municipalities that we compared the senior staff to in our pay equity, pay compensation, and to come back with a report of exactly what we're being compared to and how other municipalities are doing it. And then we can make an informed decision. So it's not saying yes or no, it's just come back to us with more information.
Thank you. All in favor? Oh, John, Mayor Lobel, did you have another question?
No, I was just going to, I'm a little bit ahead. I was going to vote.
Vote, are you?
Yes, you're asking for the vote.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you, that's carried. So where does that leave?
I had my hand up. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're good. So that'll bring, so 13.1 will be deferred as well. So that'll be marked. So
Okay,
you just move on to 13.2.
Can I make one more comment?
you may.
Can we have this for update for our next regular or at the planning meeting?
One moment, please. I will check to see how viable that would be, that request. Madam Clerk?
It depends on HR and finance. And so that'll be up to them if we can make it.
Okay, at this time, that's not final. That report will come then. They will bring it forward as soon as they can. Thank you. We are now on to the development agreement with Doorback, Oakman Doorback, the Leach Road agreement. Okay, because I have a mover and a seconder for that, please. Thank you, Councillor Ainsley. Thank you, Councillor Booth. Any comments? Seeing none, it is recommended that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Alma-Calderman enact as follows, that bylaw 26-51 being a bylaw to authorize the execution of a development agreement with J. Doorback and V. Oakman Doorback be given a first, second, and third reading and finally passed this 14th day of July, 2026. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Our next session, we will be moving into closed. So I'll leave that part over to you, Madam Clerk, to take us into closed.
Not quite yet.
All right.
You got one more thing to
I've
do.
got one more thing to do.
15.1 then we'll go.
Okay. This is a motion to move into a closed session. It is recommended that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Alma-Calderman enact as follows. That the regular council meeting of July 14th, 2026 move into a closed session under Municipal Act Section 239 2B. personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. And D, labor relations or employee negotiations. In this case, we will be discussing staffing matters for realignment. Have a mover and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Ainsworth. Thank you, Mayor Logal. All in favor? All in favor? Thank you.
Look at you.
Thank you.
So if you could just make an announcement for members watching, please make off the meeting, they can rejoin YouTube and we're back.
Members of public, if you could vacate the meeting, we will be back at a time that we shouldn't be that long. You're able to rejoin at that time. Thank you.